Welcome to going there and doing that. We're at Greenfield Village, and this is going to be a video on the industrial section and the stuff that he collected. We're standing out front of the Armington and Sims machine shop and foundry. We're going to start there. We're going to work our way through. So this foundry was built in 1927 in Greenfield Village, named after Armington and Sims, a maker of steam engines in Providence, Rhode Island. Workers carefully and skillfully ran machines like those inside this shop. Many of the country's engineers in the late 1800s and early 1900s got their start in machine shops like this one. They often began as helpers and gradually worked their way to become skilled machinists. And there's the boiler tubes over there. If you guys have never seen the inside of a boiler, that's exactly what they look like. I've worked on many of them. You usually actually have to take the ends off the boilers. You usually actually have to take the ends off the boilers and take a barrel brush and clean all these out. Water runs through here, and you can see the tube. That's where it heats it up. And as the water runs through those tubes right there, that heats it up, turns it into steam. And we used to have to take a barrel brush and clean all those out about once a year. And a lot of times these were wrapped in, of course, they were wrapped in insulation, so they weren't just bare like this. They've got this one cut open so you can see inside the boiler.
Oh, I'm waiting on him to shoot a video and tell us what every one of those holes are for.
So.
Hi there.
Howdy.
And welcome into the machine shop, folks.
Thank you.
He's a maintenance man and an electrical person, so
Yeah.
this is his life.
This is the kind of magnet.
Yep, he likes this.
That are so interested in this.
Yeah.
I remember that movie.
Yeah.
We'll operate the machines on this side, the right side.
Okay.
That are attached to the line shaft.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
And our machines repair parts as needed for any of our antique equipment breaks or needs repair.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
We're still working on these old machines.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
I do like that.
So you can see, I don't know if that came up on microphone, but you can see they've got these donut rings on there going across back and forth, so you can actually see that the shaft's turning. If those weren't on there, you really wouldn't be able to know that the shaft's turning. But it kind of, you got the drive shaft, which the drive motor must be down at the other end. But it turns these drive shafts, and that in turn turns those belts right there. I don't know if it shows up real good with it moving, and then that's what in turn turns the lathes and mills that are in here. So they've got all kinds of nifty stuff for all kinds of nifty stuff in here, different lathes, and I won't even begin to know what half of this stuff for. There's a giant drill press for everybody. I'm sure they use that to bore out the tubes and the boilers maybe. Giant cutting head right there for a mill. This is all prior to CNCs. If anybody I work with, we used to work on CNC. Where we used to work at, you had all kinds of CNC machines. I was not a machine operator or CNC technician, but definitely worked on my share of them. Different fittings and different whatever. I did not see the drive shaft for that. Oh, right there it is. It's behind there. So there's what's driving that. I'll zoom in. There's what's driving that belt. You got this big belt right here. Goes up and turns that. So they've obviously got an electric motor back here. Nowadays, they got it tucked back behind there, running. You can see the disconnect from the motor right there. So I know that that's accurate. And then that in turn turns that drive shaft, and then that goes down there and turns all these belts. And that's how all this was ran at one time. Well, back in the day, it would have been steam power. Not necessarily electric, depending on when this building was being used. It might have been electric. And obviously today's safety, they got welding equipment and stuff up. If they need to do some welding back in here, they can do that. Although I'd be surprised if they actually do welding in here on a wooden floor. I'd be very surprised if they did any welding in here. Those must be in case they got to go someplace else and do some welding. So we walk out of here, and over here is a very unique, I remember this, very unique glass shop. We will save that for last if we get back over to it, because it is getting late in the day and we're getting pressed for time. So here's where you come in at. That's like the service area for the park. And then we got some restrooms and a gift shop right here. And it is Friday. It's roughly around 3 p.m. So you can see how crowded it is not on a Friday. It was a little busier on Main Street, but you get back in here. Of course, we're back up towards the front of the park. We usually tend to open noon to 5, so we'll peek in here if it's open, and it is. Show you the gift shop real quick. You get these books. I actually have the official guidebook of Henry Ford. I actually have that one at home, and I didn't bring it, which is stupid because I actually am going to the Henry Ford Museum tomorrow. I'm not buying another one. I did forget to grab that book I bought. I bought that last year.
You see, you got one home.
So look at all this nifty little stuff. Just a quick flip through the gift shop. Glasses, some glass that's made here that you can buy. This stuff is made here. By the way, you will see where it's made at. We'll go back over here and we've got this mill right there. And we're going to circle around. This video is going to consist, we're going to go down this way, go across to those buildings and circle back around. And this is the Langanger grist mill. It's used for grinding wheat into flour or corn into cornmeal. Built around 1830 on Stony Creek in Monroe, Michigan. Low-hanging bridge.
Oh, damn it. That fucking hurt.
I'm not sure how all this would have worked. I'm sure that's a sifter of some sort right there. A sifter of some sort. So this drive shaft, so the wheel out there would have turned that drive shaft right there. And there's a belt going across. And I don't see a grinding stone, so. So the corn would have come in down in here. Right here is a grinding stone right there. So the corn of flour would have dropped down in there. Would have got on there and that would have been turning.
So from the 30s to the 60s, This mill provided flour and corn mill from here in Greenfield Village for Dearborn, Henry Ford Hospital, and to sell to the public.
Oh, okay.
He made a lot of stuff for everybody around here.
Yep. So and then right here is kind of an overview on how it works. My wife is getting ready to point that out. So I'll leave that there for a second if you're interested in how this mill works, which is pretty interesting. So you got whole wheat kernels here, and wheat beans, and then wheat flour, and then wheat shorts. Some chutes, they would have put bags underneath there. Would have put a bag under there, they would have slid that open, filled it up, and then shut it when it was full. Hopefully they were paying attention, or they'd had flour all over the place. Which in today's world probably would have happened 10 times a day, and then they would have called maintenance. Hey, this thing's broke, it won't shut. And then these are the grinding stones that would have been in the mills. Maybe not this particular mill, but these are the grinding stones. You can see where they're cut, where they would grind off right there, would catch. And they would probably use the grinding stones would probably have different heights to them, depending on how fine they wanted the cornmeal or flour. And this is going to be a weaving shop. Working looms that are displayed in this building demonstrate the evolution of weaving. Built around 1840 in Bryan County, Georgia. You need to add anything, feel free to add it.
I'm sure they have to have weaving shops. They gotta have blankets
Some more of
and
those drive shafts. Now, you
clothing.
can see this still works. And it's attached to that electric motor right there, and you see it's not a very big motor. And then that turns this, which turns this belt. Pretty neat how this stuff works. And then they got one of those shuttles. I forget what that's called, where they shuttle it back and forth.
Power loom's a lot quicker
Yep.
than doing everything by hand.
This one's not a power loom.
That is, right?
No, this one is. Well, if it is, it's not attached to this.
Oh.
I don't know how this one
It just
would
said
work.
power loom.
Oh, does it say power loom? Okay.
Weaving is
I just didn't
completely
see where the-
mechanized. Wow, it can weave.
Oh, it's got an electric motor right here, I see.
It can weave about 25 feet per
Electric
hour.
motor right there. How many?
25 feet per hour. It uses 6 flying shuttles and 6 harnesses frames with the dolbing mechanism to complete the pattern.
Oh, okay. And these are going to be flying shuttle. So right here is what's going to be called the flying shuttle right there.
Just flows back and
And then
forth.
just go back and forth.
Yep. Kind of crazy.
And then that makes something like what you would see right there, maybe.
Oh,
Or right back here.
they had a weaving class too.
Oh, yeah.
People got to make some stuff.
Our guests here work together on hands-on event April 20th to weave these colorful pieces. That's pretty cool. Usually there's somebody, oh, she is.
Yeah.
No, there is somebody.
Oh, there she is.
I was gonna say, last time we were here, there was people in there.
Yeah, you just hit that time of the day where it's
Quieting
Probably.
down for you.
quieted down and time for some reading.
I don't blame you, honey.
So these are the old-fashioned hand ones where they pedal the.
Staff continues to make these beautiful items from our merino roulette blanket to many, many dish towels. And many items they continue to work upstairs with a lot of their production.
Okay. Hi.
Yeah, that's what they make. The
That was
patterns.
last year's, one of the holiday patterns from last year.
Oh,
That
okay.
was a snowflake pattern from that little loom over there, craft loom.
This one right here.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's set up now, but not quite as intricate a pattern as that one.
How long does it take to set them up to make something?
Well, it depends. We have 4 weavers that work here as production. I'm a presenter. I'm not a production weaver.
Uh-huh.
And depending on the time that they have available, it can take anywhere from 2 to 4 days
Oh, okay.
to set one up.
Wow.
So they just, I know, got that one basically set up, and then the one over here, our oldest loom from the colonial time, about 200 years old, that loom. They
Oh,
just
okay.
got that one set up yesterday, so.
I was gonna say, it looks like by the time you put all the
Yeah.
fabric and on there.
One by one. One by one.
Wow.
And depending on the patterns and
Yeah, how you then, well, that one's pretty basic. That one is just one by one all the way through. But the other one,
Yeah, it's pretty ingenious whoever invented them, that's for sure. It's a lot
Yeah.
of moving parts for 200 years ago.
is it automated now?
no, none of these are. No, these are all hand and foot.
This is very neat.
So yeah, I just find that fascinating. That's obviously a skilled trade, you know, especially back in the day. It wasn't, you know, you had to know what you were doing. So these right here, I remember this from the last time. They actually use these. These are kilns, and I overheard a lady on the train this morning saying that they were actually going to fire these up tomorrow. So they do still use these occasionally. So if you guys, if it's something you're interested in, you want to see this, these are used to harden clay, or what do they call that, baked clay, I guess.
Baked clay.
So these are actually used, they use a modern one inside the building we're getting ready to see. But I did hear her say that they were going to fire these up. Maybe it was that one over there. I'm not sure exactly how this works. I've never seen it done, but that's what that is for. And you can see they got all the firewood stacked over here. So we'll go inside the pottery shop built in Greenfield Village in 1935. Hi, how are you doing?
Great day, isn't it?
It is.
Well, welcome to our shop. This is equipment from the 1940s that we
Okay.
use for mixing clay. We start with a powdered clay. We save scraps of clay that we've trimmed. We mix them all up in the ball mill and then force the mixture through the filter press to let the water drain out.
Is that what this is?
Yes, that
Okay.
leaves us with slabs of clay that we then drop through the pug mill.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then, of course, we make housewares and decorations from the clay that we've mixed. And just like a long time ago, things that you would find in your kitchen, made mostly of stoneware, as they
Okay.
still are.
Okay. Didn't know you could buy powdered clay though, but I guess that makes sense.
Oh, sure. If you're doing 10,000 pounds of clay a year, you'd want to mix it yourself.
Yeah. You have some neat stuff. I like
Some are
the
neat.
pumpkin.
How they do that?
Yeah.
Through the,
Now, everything up high there is stoneware that has been bisqued already. Most of it will get a salt glaze as it would have in the 1800s.
okay.
That will turn it to something like this.
Oh, okay. So those would have
That's-
like a glaze, not necessarily
That's a
that
liner
color,
glaze.
but
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
So up there, you can see Crocs just like it. It has
Oh, okay.
red. The red will turn golden, and the outside will turn this brown speckled.
Once
that's
it gets
from-
baked.
Yes, that's from a salt glazing process.
Oh, okay.
So we put salt in the kiln at 2400 degrees, and it melts it slightly, which seals it, the primary purpose of glaze. And then it also affects its appearance. That's just a chemical reaction.
Makes it look neat. I like it.
Yes.
It's pretty.
How many people do you have come in there that actually does that?
3 full-time potters.
3 full-time?
And 4 part-time decorators.
They actually come here as like their primary job? Oh, really?
Yes. We have 2 potters here today, and they're outside. And they're tending to the fire because they're running the wood kiln.
That's what the lady on the train said, that tomorrow they were going to fire up the wood kiln, and they
Actually,
were.
today.
Today? Oh, okay, okay. That shows you how much I was listening.
Well, no, it was planned for tomorrow, but the weather caused us to jump it ahead because today is beautiful and tomorrow.
And yeah, supposed chance of rain,
Yes.
30% or
Yes.
50%.
Oh, okay,
So we moved
okay.
it up a day, and
Oh, okay.
they're going to be working shifts.
Is that
because
what's
we're-
over where the wood's piled up
Yeah.
at over there? Okay.
Yeah,
I
they'll
see
have
that.
to keep that fire getting hotter all night, and then in the morning we'll salt it and let it cool
See
Oh,
what
down.
we
okay.
get. Cool.
They won't use all that wood out there tonight, will it? I mean, it doesn't take that much,
We'll use a lot of it.
does it? I guess I have to come back tomorrow and find out. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
There's more of those little bowls and Christmas
Yeah.
decorations.
We seen them loading this. They were loading this one, I think, the last time we came
Yeah.
in.
Well, and remember they were cutting out all the Christmas decorations? They had all
Oh,
them
yeah.
Christmas
yeah. That's what
decorations they were doing.
Yeah. And then they're over here painting.
Start with wet clay. Form it usually in pottery wheels, but not always. This morning, we
Oh,
I,
yeah.
and they're still sitting on holds back there, so you know the back.
I couldn't hold my hand that steady.
They're for the decorated plates. Highly
I bet you she doesn't drink a
decorated
bunch of
plates
coffee before you come to work, do you?
I do. I have more than I probably should.
will get colors from metal oxides. You know what a metal
it's
oxide
really neat what you ladies do.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
So that's where they're actually firing up the kiln.
So this is the kiln here.
Oh, there it says it too.
Yeah, but this here, I can't remember. I could have sworn that was part of that, but I was wrong. So hey,
This is
stand
the wood
corrected.
firing kiln, and that's a different one.
yeah, but there's no. He told us what that was for last year, and I can't remember. So they're out here getting the wood fired kiln. They only use this once a piece of pottery is formed. It comes to kiln firing. The kiln builder design this tin to be decorative. How you doing, bud?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Not bad.
This is a wood fueled pottery kiln. We've got about 250 pieces, we think, behind the brick door there. We loaded it on Tuesday
Wow.
and sealed it up. Just
So
started-
there's stuff in the okay.
Yes. Yeah, we just started firing it this morning. The firing takes about 30 hours usually.
So somebody has to stay here around the clock and keep
That's
putting
right.
wood in it,
Yes.
Even at night. Then
That's right. Yeah.
do a good job for security guard while he's walking around checking.
You have to keep a really close eye on it. So right now there's not a lot to see.
Right.
Tomorrow this time there will be like an 8-foot flame coming out of the chimney
Oh, okay.
and pretty heavy smoke, and we'll hit about 2,345 degrees at the end of the firing. We're using cones that look like this to measure the heat during the firing. So potters tend to refer to a specific temperature just by the cone number. So we're aiming for this one here. That's cone 10,
Okay.
and that's that.
How can you
2,000.
tell? How can you tell what
We
we
have
put?
it. We have a cone pack behind this brick and that one and another around the back.
Oh, okay.
So we can pull those bricks out and look at the cones periodically during the firing.
So these things here are actually what's inside the.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
then when
they're
they turn.
formulated to melt at specific known temperatures.
Oh,
They're
okay,
very
okay,
useful
okay.
for that.
So
we
once it
have-
melts, and you know that's how
Yes.
hot that is.
Yeah, and so we have a couple that melt at lower temperatures, and those help us to make sure it's even. The heat is even around the kiln
Oh, okay.
before we reach the peak temperature. So that way, if it's not, we have time to adjust how
I
we're
got
doing
you.
things
I got
Okay.
you.
and hopefully even that heat out.
How often do you have to add firewood to it?
During the peak of the firing, you're loading or stoking through this door right here about every 2 or 3 minutes. Right now, the fire is it's not intense enough to put wood in there. It wouldn't ignite.
So you're just loading a few pieces
So
off
right
to the
now,
side
it's
here.
loading through the side, and we're just heating everything up inside very gradually.
Okay.
pottery does not like any sudden change in temperature. So generally, if you heat it up gradually, we're going to let it cool over the course of like 5 days.
Okay.
After the firing is done, we'll be unloading it. We're planning to unload it next Wednesday.
Wow, that's
Hope
neat.
for the best. Those are some examples from previous firings. So those are the kinds of
From
results
this
that we
one.
get
Okay.
in this kiln. Like the drips you see on the side of that bottle, that's actually wood ash.
Oh, okay.
That's cool though.
That's
I
what
like it.
looks
I
when
think it's
melts.
neat.
Yeah, it's got really high surface tensions. And
Yeah, I
just
think
these
it's
kind of
neat. I
drips.
like the look.
Yeah. It's really cool. You can't get that look any other way. And then this is also how every potter around the world fired everything until around 1900. So
Okay. Okay.
it's also, you know, a historical method.
And that would have took a lot of wood back then.
Yeah.
How often do you guys use this one?
It's once a year.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's unusual to see us doing this. You know, often we've done it in the spring. This year we're doing it in the late summer, early fall.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, we'd like to do it more than that, but it's just, it takes, the three of us who are potters, we're making nothing but wood kiln pots for like the past month. We have so many other things that we're expected to make that we just can't do this
So
more often.
these get, when you're making the stuff that goes in here, it comes
Yep.
out, it's done differently than what in the other kiln then?
Well, we're making things that are contemporary in style.
Oh,
So
okay.
like we're not making early American pots to put in here. Because for one thing, you know, no matter how careful you are, you can't get repeatable results out of this kiln. So we just figured like just go with that and make
Oh,
modern
I got you.
pieces. It enables us to be a little more.
I got you. And the stuff you guys sell, then you just do it. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, everything that turns out will go to the gift stores. This is a wood-fueled pottery kiln. We loaded it on Tuesday with about 250 pots. We made the
So
door.
yeah, anyway, that's pretty interesting. Poor guy gets to repeat that all day long while he's out there shoving wood in it. So this is the Tripp Sawmill, built in 1855 in Tipton, Michigan. If I remember right, we couldn't see much of this last year.
No, last year it wasn't, it's kind of like all shut off or something.
So here's a tree, example of a tree that they would use, big tree like this. We come in here, powered by steam. A 20-horse steam engine is in front of you. I'm gonna see a steam engine, but
Muley saws of this type were first developed in the 1840s.
I guess steam would have been piped into that and
Yeah.
through.
Timber over the earlier up and
And
down
there's the
frame
belts that
saws
they used to
used
do
since
everything.
the 17th century.
And
One stiff
oh,
saw
you don't have to come up here, baby. I know you're getting tired.
I'm not. My legs ain't gonna make it.
Up and down in a single guide.
So we'll walk up here.
Reduction in weight, you could operate with more power and more speed. Logs were hauled up the outside ramp on a dolly, transferred to a carriage, and then cut into boards. The saw is on the second floor to allow for a direct drive of the up and down motion of the blade.
This
In
is all wood.
1855, J.D. Tripp constructed this Muley sawmill in Tipton, Michigan, about
That
50
saw blade
miles
just goes
southwest
up and
of
down.
Detroit. The power for the mill was provided by a steam engine on the ground floor. Sawdust produced during the
Cuts that.
milling operation was used to fire the boiler. Muley saws clearly operated more effectively than frame saws. However, mainly because both of these types were so wasteful of lumber, they were replaced by much more efficient circular saws in the second half of the 19th century.
So yeah, anyway, as explained, that steam motor downstairs would drive that up and down. That would cut this log as it was fed in. Wood chips would obviously drop down in there. The logs would go out that and out the end down there, or they would bring them in that end or go out that end. I'm not sure which. And they would, being that this is down here, they would probably bring them in here. And I don't know if they have this set up outside. Yeah, so they would bring the logs up and down here like that. They got them plaque, so you'd have these big boards, and these big boards would make anything like this. And then again, it's got that joint back in there, and then they would drill a hole and they would drive that drive rod in there, and that held everything together. It's amazing when you start seeing places like this, you realize how much wood was used back 100, 200, well, it'll be 200 years ago, how much wood they used on everything. I mean, so we come out here, and here's some of the boards that they've cut here. I'm sure they've probably cut these here, although they got metal banding on them. I'm not sure if they bought these or if they just rough cut boards, or if that's something they actually do here. And they got different boards. I'm sure they use these boards throughout. They probably buy them, order them, make them here, and then they got a kiln back there to dry them. I don't know why they got these picnic tables shoved in here so you can't get back here and see nothing, but they do. So that would have been to dry the wood, and then they would stack it here. And these boards here, like I said, are probably what they use. These are probably legitimate boards that they use to repair the stuff that's here in the building. They probably go buy lumber too, but these are probably used to repair some of the buildings, keep it more authentic. Can you take a break?
No, I'm good.
We got this beautiful little harbor, I guess, what it's supposed to be. So that would be the Spofford Sawmill right there. This is pretty nifty. And then here we have the printing office. How you doing?
Doing well, how are you?
Not bad, getting tired, it's been a long day. You've been here?
10,000 steps in?
Yeah.
10 plus?
And, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we were at Detroit Zoo yesterday, so between the 2 days we get pretty wore out.
Yeah, it is a lot of walking. Amazingly enough, some of these people try to do this all in one day. So you don't get to see a whole lot, but
Yeah.
so you kind of do a quick walk. So this is the printing office. This is about as far off the beaten path as you're going to get. And this is the form that I am printing from right now.
Okay.
And I'll show you. This particular printing press is called the Washington Flatbed, and it's 167 years old. It's the oldest of the 4 that we operate here in the shop.
Okay.
But this is very similar in the operation of a printing press that would go back to the 15th century when this whole process is created. So this is actually fairly small, but because of the size of this bed, I can print something much larger if I needed to. That's why these are very popular, because of their versatility.
Okay.
But in any case, once that form is inked, the reason that this is called a printing press is because this operation is known as letter pressing. This press is going to press the paper down onto the ink. You simply have to pull on that lever. This piece of cast iron is called a platen, and it presses the paper down.
Okay.
So there are different types of printing presses, but they are all going to do this same operation.
Oh, okay.
So as you walked around, you might have come across this building. It is the Phoenixville Post Office.
Yeah, I've seen it over there.
Yeah, built in 1825. It is actually a functioning post office.
Okay.
And you can go in there and purchase a postcard and mail it, and it'll have Greenfield Village postmark on it. It's also right around the corner from the frozen custard stand.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you.
That is pretty cool.
It's wet. It takes about a day or so for it to dry, so just be careful with the ink on it.
Okay.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Well,
How long does it take to put one of these together? I guess it would depend on the size or
on the
what you're
complexity
printing.
of it. It does take quite a while because there's a lot of experimentation. So you have to kind of figure out, what's it going to say, what's it going to look like. This particular case, it incorporates an image. If it was just words, then all of these words are spelled with individual letters. But you'll notice as you look at it, they are all in reverse.
Yeah.
So for 600 years, anything that I print has to be spelled like this. So they call the mirror image, and then that way when we print it, now that includes things such as a book or a newspaper or anything like that, all has to be
Any legible reading
it has to be composed
has to
in
be
reverse.
backwards.
Yeah, I'd never be any good at that.
So
I'd
Yeah,
have
well,
to.
if
I'd
you
have to.
serve-
Like
I'd
if
have
you're
to sit in front.
dyslexic or something.
you
I
do-
guess if you sat in front of a mirror maybe and used a mirror.
No, it's like anything else. If you learn to do this, if you go through an apprenticeship, and this is what you study for 5 years, then you become pretty good at it. Because that's
okay.
like
I got you. I
Survive.
got you.
It's
I
something
got
you do
Yeah.
every day. You'll pick it right straight up.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I took some
So
printing
you
in
guys print
junior
stuff
high
for-
school, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like
You guys
this.
print stuff around here for everything in the park then, or?
no, what we print here is sold in the gift shops.
Oh, okay.
So the
Okay.
4 buildings that are around the pond here, the weaving, pottery, print, and glass, all create items that make their way into the gift shop. Those are some of the things that are printed here. Some of the examples of
Oh,
a
okay.
variety of things that we do here.
I got you.
Cool.
How long have you been working there?
I've been here 9 years.
9 years.
This time it's
Even
my
in the
second-
winter, is this place
my
open in the?
second tour of the year,
Is it open in the winter time too?
so. No, we are open from the middle of April till the 28th of December,
Oh, okay.
and then they close for a couple of months. The buildings in this area are all open. These buildings continue to work. They are actually production buildings, and so they will continue to produce things through the winter. But the village itself is
I
not
got
open.
you.
The museum is, but the village is not.
I got you. You have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the print.
You're welcome.
That was kind of neat.
Yeah. Like you said, don't mess with it. 'cause
Right.
it'll take- So we can come over here, and then they have the backside of the printing office. We were just through that door and over there. That gentleman's over here. So
Yeah.
this would be
This is the backside.
the backside of it, or the office area. So they got a job opening if anybody's interested. I don't know if that's serious or not, but it might be. Washington press demonstration. Hope will never be silent. Harvey Milk. And we have this shop, which is carding mill, which I believe is where they make yarn at, maybe.
The carding mill.
Carding mill.
Take all this wool from the sheep, this
Yep.
dirty wool, and make it into that wool, and they weave it. See the sheep wool?
Yeah, I see.
Shave the sheep.
They got sheep here. They got a farm here, so they probably actually used the sheep from the farm. And actually, this probably still works in this place.
It looks like it.
And they probably take the yarn, they take it across the street and let those people use it, maybe. Carding mill served an essential role in the early communities, a place where raw wool from sheep was transformed and straightened into length of wool. The first step towards finished cloth. Sheepish, Michigan. This building was moved here in 1929 to Greenfield Village. So I have no idea how this would work, so I'm not even going to try to explain it other than I can tell you that right there is a drive wheel, so the drive shaft would be below us. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everybody for watching this video
Are you
so
going to the
far.
glass shop?
We've still got a glass shop to see and a couple other buildings, so this is not the end of it. But as you can see, we've walked around this industrial area. This is stuff in this area that they use. They sell at the gift shop, so you can buy this stuff, which is pretty neat. They have full-time people that work here. So if you guys are interested in coming to Greenfield Village, I'll leave a link down below. You can click on, you can check it out, see what their hours are, see what how much it costs, what the events are, that kind of stuff. I'll put a link down below for, if I remember, I'll put a link down below for Google Maps and Expedia so you can find the place to stay and other things to do. I would not recommend trying to do this all in one day. I would plan maybe 2 trips, come up on a, because it's a lot of walking. We're not going to get, I tried to get everything filmed today, and we're not going to get everything filmed in one day. So unfortunately, that's just not going to happen. I'm not going to get a complete walkthrough, but we're going to enjoy what we have left. It is getting late. As you can see, it's getting late. There's not that many people here. So we'll get back to this glass shop. We'll flip around, get back to this glass shop, and continue this video. Greenfield Village in 1930, this glass shop was put in.
So Chris is getting some clear glass out to make a float. Hot glass sticks immediately to hot glass. So when they set this out on top there, it will stick immediately and permanently. And I can use that working together to shape the foot. Now they've done everything they do on this side of the bowl. They have the shape of their stripes, they have the foot. Now what they need to do is open it up. That's the last thing they need to do. But they can't open it up because right now the mouth is on a pipe. They have to get it off the pipe it's on and onto another pipe. This process is called transfer. They're going to make this look really easy. They're going to use glass on the end of this pipe, hot glass. Hot glass sticks immediately to hot glass. So they're going to use that fact to their advantage. They're going to attach a little bit on the end of that pipe, and then they will attach it to the bottom of that float. When they get a good bond between the two pieces of glass, they can bring it through the original pipe.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So now that they've got it on the outer pipe, they can start working on opening up the mouth.
Alright, so that's the glass blowing shop. That's pretty cool. If you guys like that, but you can see the whole thing. We're just doing a quick walkthrough, but if you guys are interested in that, you can come up here yourself, check it out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to watch the rest of the playlist for what we have. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get through the whole video, so the playlist won't be completely. This place is massive. One of the curators told us that if you walked everything and seen everything, it's like 5.5 miles, plus it's a museum, so by the time you try to learn everything and check everything out, you're not going to get it done in one day. So I highly recommend, 2 days if you really want to see the whole thing, and that way you can take your time and really experience the whole thing. I would come up one day. It's up to you guys, do what you want, but it's an awesome place. I do highly recommend coming here. We've enjoyed it immensely. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the next video.